Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, nestled between towering mountains and lush green forests, there was a small village. This village, surrounded by clear-flowing streams and the songs of chirping birds, was like a paradise. The village was called Peaceville. The people living there were very happy and deeply connected to each other. In the center of Peaceville was a large square, and in this square stood a massive oak tree. The oak tree was the oldest member of the village, and every season children played under its shade while the elders chatted. Birds built nests in its branches, filling the village with their cheerful songs. One day, a traveler arrived in the village from distant lands. This traveler was known as an old and wise man. When he reached Peaceville, the villagers welcomed him with great joy and hosted him generously. The traveler, seeing the peace and beauty of the village, was deeply impressed and decided to stay for a while. As the traveler chatted with the villagers, he told them about different places and cultures around the world. The villagers listened to his stories with great interest. However, one day, the traveler told them a very intriguing story. Once upon a time, far from this village, there was a magical lake. This lake had the power to grant wishes. However, reaching the lake was very difficult because it was located at the summit of the great mountain. To climb the great mountain required courage, patience, and faith. But anyone who reached the lake and made a wish had their wish come true. The villagers were very excited upon hearing this story. Some of them wanted to find this magical lake and have their wishes granted. However, thinking about the difficulties of climbing the great mountain, they hesitated. In the village lived a young couple named Ali and Isa. Ali was a strong and brave young man, and Isa was an intelligent and determined girl. Ali and Isa were very inspired by the traveler's story and decided to find the magical lake. Everyone in the village admired their decision and supported them. Before setting out, Ali and Ace went to see the village's wise elder, Didi Korkut. Didi Korkut told them about the challenges they might face on their journey and how to overcome them. He also gave them a magical compass. This compass would guide them on the right path. When Ali and Ice left the village, all the villagers bid them farewell and wished them success. Throughout their journey, they faced many hardships. They got lost in forests, crossed deep valleys, and encountered dangerous animals. But with their trust in each other and their unwavering faith, they overcame every challenge. One day they reached the foothills of the great mountain. Climbing the mountain was the biggest challenge they had ever faced, but they did not give up and began to climb. After days of climbing, they finally reached the summit of the mountain. At the summit, the magical lake described by the traveler awaited them in all its splendor. Ali and Izzy sat by the lake and made their wishes. Their wish was for their village to always be peaceful and happy. When they whispered this wish to the lake, a beam of light emerged from the water and granted their wish. When Ali and Ace returned to their village, the villagers welcomed them with great joy. From that day on, Peaceville became an even more peaceful and happy place. The courage and faith of Ali and Isa inspired the villagers, and unity and solidarity grew stronger in the village. As days passed, the peace and happiness of Peaceville spread to the surrounding villages. Peaceville became a place of attraction, and people from other villages started coming to experience its serenity. However, the people of Peaceville always welcomed their guests warmly and knew how to share. One day, another traveler arrived in Peaceville. This traveler was younger than the previous one, but equally wise. As the young traveler chatted with the villagers, he wanted to learn the secret and source of the village's peace. The villagers told him the story of Ali and Isi. The young traveler was deeply moved by this story and decided to stay in the village for a while. During his stay, the young traveler taught the villagers how to make better use of nature. He showed them how to make medicines from plants, practice sustainable farming, and protect the environment. The villagers gratefully accepted the young traveler's knowledge and began to implement what they had learned. As days passed, the people of Peaceville became more knowledgeable and skilled. The village grew richer in both peace and knowledge. Ali and Ace's children and grandchildren grew up with great respect and love in the village. They too became courageous and determined people like their ancestors. When Ali and Icy grew old, they told their children and grandchildren the story of the great mountain and the magical lake. This story was passed down from generation to